I swear, I just learned something new about corn. Uh, I still haven't seen any change, though it's only been a few days since I fertilized. I fertilized with a 1200, which is blood meal. And the blood meal does not seem like it's doing anything for my corn. Well, I just learned as well that corn should be fertilized with a 16-16-8. I think that's right. A 16-8-16 or 16-16-8. I'll have to look again and make sure I'm saying that right. And I think maybe I'll try a side dress this time instead of putting it around the stalks of corn. And also, you should only fertilize between V5. That means when you have 5 leaves on the corn to V8. And after V8, they said don't fertilize anymore because that should be the point to where the corn is uh, it's fertilizing itself. It's cross-pollinating. I'm sorry, it's pollinating, and after V8, meaning 8 leaves on the corn stalk, then it won't have any benefit for the corn at all. So yeah, doesn't look like it did too much either. Bone meal for the lettuce. The lettuce is light. It's not a dark color. It's like it's washed out. And yeah, I'm discovering that this is dry now, so I need to go ahead and, oh wow, it did something for my leeks. My leeks are standing up, my leeks and onions, wow. Because they were lying down there when I first planted them in. But yeah, I'll need to go ahead and water today, looks like too. And I don't want to put any more. Looks like the 12 does well for this kind of stuff. You know, this is the color green that my corn should be, dark green, not this light green here, not this very light green. Anyways, it looks like it does good for this stuff, but it didn't do well for my beans either, my pole beans either. Um, hmm. It did well for my nasturtiums and my marigold. These are marigolds. It did well for the nasturtiums right there. Um, not not so bad for the cucumber, but they could be darker. So maybe it's a different, and it brought these up. The bone meal, blood meal brought those up. Maybe I need to do the 16 as suggested. All right, so here I am in the garden again. I came out here on the 31st. Today is the 4th, which was just a few days ago. And I did a bone meal fertilization. But as you can see, my corn still looks really, really light. So, and I have a bud coming out on my squash, but still, all of that is really light. And to me, that means that it's not thriving. Even though I have, buds on my peas, to me, they don't look like they're really thriving. So I went out to Louisiana Nursery today, and I was talking to Troy out there. It did restore some life back into my cucumbers, but it just didn't do anything for my corn. And I talked to a guy named Troy today, and he told me to use Gardener's Special 11-15-11, and he said that I should only need to do it once every 2 months. And I told him that I had recently, it brought life back to my nasturtiums, and the blood meal did wonders on my tomatoes and my onions. Look at that. But he told me that I could go ahead. I just watered this last night. Look at this. It is dry, absolutely dry. He told me that I could go ahead and put it down again. He said that putting this down would not hurt at all. So I'm gonna shut the door. This is dry. Look at that. Come on. They told me that the straw, the straw would keep more moisture in than normal. Don't look like it to me. It look like I'm needing to come out here every 2 days and water this stuff. Wow. Anyways, he told me that it wouldn't hurt to go ahead and put it down. So I'm going to go ahead and use my little scoop. And I'm going to prepare that. I'm going to go ahead and put this fertilizer in and water it in. So just a little bit on the outskirts of the plant. And I'm going to water it in, and hopefully I'll start seeing some change in what my poor flowers, my poor plants look like, because I really do want this to succeed. We have getting started gardening is quite costly. In case you didn't know, it is a quite costly feat. I know we have spent more than $1,000 on this setup just to get the 2 beds set up, and then buying the seeds, buying the fertilizer, buying the seeds, the fertilizer, the soil. The soil is what ends up, costing you quite a bit of money, especially if you're doing bag soil. So a lot of people do recommend that you compost your kitchen scraps, but if you don't know how to do that, then that's a startup cost as well. Actually, someone gave me a bucket for my compost. He didn't know he was giving it to me for my compost, but he offered me a bucket, and I doggone sure did take it, and I'm going to use it for my compost. So I've already got that started. I just need to go get my red wigglers. Oh, and by the way, you can get red wigglers. Oh, red wagglers? I'm not sure what they're called. The doggone worms. Anyway, you can get those from Walmart. I did not know that. But yeah, Walmart sells those in their freezer over in Sporting Goods. In the refrigerator over in Sporting Goods. So you can definitely get those over there and start your compost. So anyways, this is what I'm doing today. And I am going to finish this up. And I'm hoping that in a few days, I will see a difference in this corn. Oh, something else I learned about corn as well is that you're only supposed to fertilize when they have 5 to 8 leaves. When you get your first 5 leaves, you can start fertilizing. And I had them, look at there. I had 5 leaves, but 2 of them have died. you can start fertilizing at 5 leaves. You stop at 8, because at 8, that should be when they're starting to cross-pollinate, and you shouldn't fertilize anymore after that. When they've grown the tassels on them, you shouldn't fertilize anymore after that. So let's cross our fingers and see how this goes. All right, this is the sunflower, so this is not even corn, but I am giving them the same treatment that I'm giving my corn plants. I am. Everything in this darn bed is going to get fertilized.